Caitlin Clark joined Sunday Night Basketball for 2 NBA games. Caitlin Clark is headed to the NBA, at least for a couple of nights. NBC announced Tuesday that Clark, the Indiana Fever star with an enormous following within the game, is joining the network's pregame coverage for its debut of Sunday Night Basketball.
NBC reveals a bombshell that has shocked the entire sports world just when you thought Caitlin Clark's phenomenon couldn't grow any greater, and that she was taking a vacation to rest for the upcoming WNBA season. Welcome back to another in-depth look at the basketball industry. We are not discussing rumors or conjecture today. We are discussing a confirmed game-changing move that places Caitlin Clark squarely in the middle of the NBA, the largest stage in American sports. You heard me correctly. Caitlin Clark is formally joining the NBA. As the face of NBC's enormous new relaunch of Basketball Night in America, rather than as a player, of course. Folks, this is huge. Consider the timing. Consider the approach. After many years, NBC is reviving the NBA. They are entitled to certain rights. They are nostalgic. They needed something more, even though they had their round ball rock theme song. To bridge the divide between the new Gen Z audience and the traditional Jordan-era supporters, they needed a spark, a contemporary idol. Who did they call, too? Have they given LeBron a call? Have they given Curry a call? No. They referred to the 22-year-old Iowa sensation who has transformed women's basketball on her own.
At Madison Square Garden. The debut. They picked her to kick it off. Not, yeah, it'll do a couple weeks and then you'll come in. No. We need you to launch this thing, dude. We need you to kick this off. See?
The details are fascinating, so let's analyze them. On February 1st, before the Lakers vs. Knicks game at Madison Square Garden, Caitlin will make her debut. It is literally impossible to choose a larger stage than that. The basketball paradise. Caitlin Clark on the microphone, LeBron James, and the New York market. It's a masterclass in marketing. She will be working with a group of legendary people at the studio. We are discussing Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony. 3 of the greatest scorers to have ever touched a basketball are Hall of Famers. Caitlin Clark will be seated next to them, dissecting the game, evaluating plays, and imparting her basketball acumen to millions of fans. Why is NBC acting in this way now? Let's be honest. It goes beyond the fact that she is a pleasant person. She is a ratings juggernaut, which explains why. Do you recall what transpired with Peacock when she was in college? People raced to subscribe simply to watch her after NBC put her record-breaking game behind a paywall. They are relying on Caitlin Clark to attract the same fervent, devoted fan following to their NBA programming because they are aware of the Caitlin Clark effect. They are launching their most costly and significant sports property by utilizing her celebrity power. That provides all the information you require regarding her current position in the sports hierarchy. She is more than simply a WNBA athlete. She is well known throughout the world. However, this tale has a deeper level. Let's examine the dates. She will return on February 1st for the Knicks vs. Thunder game on March 29th. These are important dates. The NBA All-Star break comes in February, while the WNBA season is expected to pick up steam in March. She remains in the public eye as a result. In the off-season, it sustains the Indiana Fever brand and keeps her relevant. Not to be overlooked is the possible WNBA lockout, the elephant in the room. This NBC gig might grow if the season is postponed, as many insiders are speculating. While the labor talks go on, we may see Caitlin becoming a Sunday night mainstay and effectively becoming the face of basketball on television. It is a great safety net for her visibility as well as a backup plan. I want you to picture the atmosphere on the set. The best dunker of all time is Vince Carter. One of the smoothest scorers ever is T-Mac. And Melo, the mid-range king. Caitlin, the queen of the Logo 3, comes next. It will be basketball heaven when they talk about scoring, space, and reading defenses. The viral videos are already visible to me. Melo is questioned by Caitlin on his jab step. Vince inquires about Caitlin's range. It will be a must-watch television show, Not just for the analysis, but also because it will change people's perceptions of the women's game to witness these NBA superstars treat her like a peer and equal in basketball knowledge.
One tease about what might be coming during Clark's debut appearance. We're hoping to have Caitlin with a basketball in her hand. That's not a tease. That's not a tease. Not teasing the shoe, right? Not
Speaking of viral moments, producer Sam Flood gave a huge hint. He stated that their goal is to get Caitlin on set holding a basketball. What does that mean now? If Reggie Miller stops by, will we witness a shooting match between her and him? Will she be dissecting her own shooting techniques? Or will her signature sneaker make its debut? This is the speculation that is igniting the internet. Regarding the release, Nike has remained extremely silent. With millions of people watching on national television at Madison Square Garden, there is no better venue to reveal the most anticipated sneaker of the year. It would be the pinnacle of flex marketing. Oh, she has no experience, some critics may say. She is too young. But let's consider that she has spent her entire life in front of cameras. For the last 4, she performed an alternate broadcast in the manner of the Manning cast, and she was amazing. Natural, humorous, and perceptive. She entered the Yankees booth and performed admirably. She is at ease in the limelight and, to be honest, she has an incredible basketball IQ. She has a different perspective on the game. She is able to discern passing lanes and angles that others cannot. It's new to bring that viewpoint to an NBA broadcast. It is fascinating and precisely what NBC needs to set itself apart from the robotic analysis we occasionally witness on other networks. Additionally, this action strengthens the bond between the NBA and the WNBA. They have felt like distinct beings for years. However, it builds a bridge when the WNBA's face analyzes NBA games. Hey, you should respect her game if you value her analysis, it advises the NBA fan. It is the best kind of cross-promotion and will benefit both teams. The WNBA's viewership is already exploding. However, this Sunday night exposure to casual NBA fans could propel it into the stratosphere when the season eventually begins. Not to be overlooked is Caitlin's personal business. She already has a contract with Xfinity, which is owned by Comcast, NBC's parent firm. Thus, this synergy seemed unavoidable, yet it's amazing how quickly it was executed. At the age of 22, she is developing her post-playing career resume, making the most of her earning potential, and solidifying her reputation as a media personality. The majority of players don't begin this adjustment until they retire. Caitlin, who is likely the most well-known athlete in America, is doing this while she is in her prime. We don't often see people with that kind of business acumen. What can we anticipate on February 1st, then? I anticipate a lot of energy. I anticipate that NBC will treat her like queen and that she will play deep basketball. She won't be brought in to sit in the back. They're putting her front and center, perhaps dissecting the Lakers' offense, either examining Jalen Brunson's footwork or criticizing LeBron's passing. She plays a style that is extremely similar to the current NBA game, thus it will be interesting to hear her thoughts on today's NBA stars. Space, tempo, and high-volume threes. She is the ideal analyst for the current basketball era. The cool factor is another. Let's be truthful. NBA pregame shows can occasionally become monotonous. Old heads discussing things from my time. Caitlin is young. She adds significance. She speaks the language of the younger generation. Her presence on the panel instantly gives the program a more youthful, vibrant, and must-see vibe. NBC is aware that they are attempting to appeal to the TikTok generation, and Caitlin Clark is the best way to do so. To sum up, this is a win-win scenario. It is a great success for Caitlin Clark and the WNBA reaching a wider audience, a win for NBC obtaining the biggest personality in sports, and a win for the NBA gaining new eyeballs on their product. February 1st will go down in history. I think this is just the start of Caitlin Clark's invasion of sports media, so mark your calendars because basketball night in America has become much more popular. Please let me know in the comments if you are watching solely to see Caitlin and whether you believe she will surpass the Hall of Famers on the desk. She might, in my opinion. Remember to subscribe and like for more updates on this evolving story. I'll see you at the next one.